Well, do you want to explain the hierarchy of needs a little bit for anyone that might not know what it is?
Yeah, definitely, in my very layman's terms. But essentially, I guess the core foundation is if you don't have food, water, air, shelter, if you don't have that, you're going to really struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to really, really struggle if you don't have air. So basically, it sort of starts with that foundation that, what are the basic needs of a human? Okay, once those things are in place, cool. And then I can't remember the exact, levels that it moves up, but then it kind of moves more into, okay, once you've got that, then you've got relationships, you've got friendships, you've got kind of culture, education. Okay, cool. Once you've got those sort of things, then you can have productivity, you can have trade, you can have kind of this this kind of next level that you can move to, and it kind of moves essentially up into self-transcendence, this kind of spiritual level that you can get to once you've kind of got all of the layers covered. And so the reason I think that's a useful framework, and I've probably not explained it very well, but is that the more that we undermine the core foundations of what it is to be a human, kind of able to really live a fulfilled life, I don't understand why we would do that. We're currently under that process of doing that.
Well, everything else becomes desperate and secondary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Friendships become secondary, education becomes secondary. It's kind of, you move into survival mode. And I think we're obviously as a species trying to move out of that. That's constantly how we're wired. So I guess, so I think fundamentally it's kind of like, where's this, where are we aiming for? That's kind of, at least I know it might be a romantic ideal to aim towards abundance, but it's a possibility, and why wouldn't we? And therefore, with that in mind, what can we put in place that allows that to become possible? And I think, ecological foundations, then you've got societal, then you've got economic, and you've got whatever you've got on top of that. But I guess, so I see a trajectory where everything can go in one direction, which is exploitative. Potentially you could use the word corruption, but certainly detrimental. Or you could go towards abundance. And so why wouldn't we try and get everyone on that kind of train, essentially? And it won't be perfect, but at least if we've got that aim, we're going to go better than if we just leave everything as status quo.
It's better to aim high and fall short than not try, basically.
Yeah. So I guess that's kind of, again, how we try and collaboratively work with everyone to move as one, rather than work in a competitive way that sort of undermines that principle.